Hey, hello guys. Hi, hello everyone. How are you doing? How are you doing this evening? So, I have come very briefly to talk to us about something that happened about last 2 weeks, a couple of weeks ago, okay? And I'm not happy about it because everything I try to do here is to make us be more conscious about our health and take our breast health very seriously. Okay, so if I continue, my name is Uzo. I am your favorite mammographer. I am very passionate about saving the lives of women. I'm very passionate about saving the lives of women from breast cancer, teaching women, bringing education updates, whatever I can lay my hands on that can help you to save your life from breast cancer. I am always willing to come out and say these things because I have seen I've seen so many people die of breast cancer, and I've also seen so many people survive breast cancer. And so I know that breast cancer is not a death sentence. Okay? So I've come very briefly to say two things. I'll start with the very bad one. So there's this girl. I don't want to go into the full detail of the story, but basically she found something on her breast while she was breastfeeding. Before she started breastfeeding, when she was pregnant, she spoke to her midwife, and the midwife said that her breasts were just going through normal processes, and so she should not worry about it. She should go home. Okay, so she went home, and by the time she gave birth to the baby, the lump she found on her breast had gotten bigger. And then so she tried breastfeeding the baby because midwife said it's nothing, it's something, it's normal when someone is pregnant. Actually, it's your first baby, so you don't know so much about this. I'm in a better position to tell you. Okay, so the midwife said that to her, and she went home. So when she gave birth to that baby, she tried breastfeeding on that particular breast, and the baby wouldn't take that breast. The baby wouldn't suckle on that breast. So she tried everything she couldn't, and she noticed that the lump had gotten bigger. So she went back to the midwife, and this time the midwife was really cross with her. And the midwife said, "What do you mean? I'm telling you." And she even went with her mother. And the midwife turned to her mother and said, don't you know, can't you just tell your daughter that this thing is normal? It's normal to have your breasts look like this or feel this way why don't you talk to your daughter? She was quite cross with them. She was cross with the mother. She was cross with the girl. And the girl left with her mom, so believing that the lump on her breast was normal because she was pregnant, or she was breastfeeding rather at that time. So she went home and she continued breastfeeding, and the baby would still not suckle on that particular breast. And this went on until she became ill. Okay, and they didn't know what the illness was about, so she went to the doctors, and the doctor said something. Anyway, eventually she told the doctor actually that there's something on her breast, and the doctor said, I have to check that out. And the doctor checked it out, did the biopsy on that breast, and it came back that it was cancerous, so she had breast cancer. So that means she had always had breast cancer from the time she told the matron or the midwife. From the very first time that she was still pregnant, she already had breast cancer all up till now. I mean, the time where she had given birth to the baby and she was breastfeeding. Do you understand? So if that breast cancer was found, imagine that breast cancer was found that time, that initial time, the case would have been different now. Okay, this is the point I'm making. There is need for us to find these things early, and your life will be saved. This lady waited by the time the result came out and it was cancerous, she went back home and she was told, okay, now you're going to go through mastectomy. The breast has to be removed. And then her husband said no, that his wife is not going to take out her breast. Her husband said no, his wife wasn't going to take out her breast. Now, I do not want to cast aspersion on the man, because this man may be saying these things from where he knows best. Maybe he's not informed. And so what do you expect? He's only saying from out of the well of his own knowledge or ignorance, whatever you call it. Okay? So, but my point is this, okay? I am pro-marriage. I always say this. I am by God's grace, I'm happily married. But what I'm saying is, if your husband is not so well informed and he wants to take a decision, it is important that you step in at that time and tell him, maybe if you explain to him better that actually this mastectomy is something that would help save my life. I'm sure that that man does not want to lose his wife. He would have listened, and your life will be saved. I am begging everyone to be proactive. Be your own health advocate. Whenever a doctor tells you, okay, now I'm going to do a biopsy, it could be cancer, this, that, and you go home, I ask you, I want to advise you to go and do some research yourself. Do some research work before you come back to the doctor for the results. If you do some research work, some background work, it will help you. When the doctor is discussing with you and saying this, that, you will not be a complete novice. And then you are able to, follow along and know, with the barest knowledge. You don't have to read medicine overnight. No, you just have to have just a background knowledge of what he's talking about that can help you to make an informed decision. It's important to make an informed decision, because if this young woman had taken that crucial decision to do mastectomy at the time she was advised, maybe the outcome would have been different today. Anyway, this lady did not do the mastectomy because her husband said no, and they went home. And then the man also said that he was feeling embarrassed by people knowing that his wife has breast cancer. So they can no longer live in the town where they are living. They need to move to the village because he is feeling embarrassed by his wife. These are some of the things I'm trying to talk about. We need to destigmatize breast cancer. Breast cancer, the person who has breast cancer did not call it on herself. It's not because she has a curse. It's not because she has done something worse than anyone else. So the person should not be stigmatized. Let us take away stigma from breast cancer. It's an illness. Someone else has hypertension. It's an illness. Someone else has diabetes. It is an illness. Now, that man felt so embarrassed that he had to ship his wife to the village. And from the village, the woman was coming to the town to do all those examinations and everything. Anyway, long story cut short. This lady got to the point. It became so bad. She could not talk. She could not eat. Nothing. Coming to the hospital was trouble. And at the end of the day, about 2 weeks ago, they lost the lady. She died. She died because things were not done timely. She died because people did not take, she too did not take some of these precautions of going early. And you see, in this particular case, it's actually quite dicey because you can't completely blame her. Remember she went to the midwife the first time she saw something on her breast. The midwife was the one that said, go home, it's nothing. So I won't also completely blame the midwife. The midwife is only talking from where she knows best. Now, her husband as well, I won't blame the husband again, because the husband only said, don't cut off my wife's breast. I mean, every man will want his wife to still have breasts. So he is also speaking from ignorance, probably. I stand to be corrected. Probably. So you see, I'm not laying blame on anyone, actually. But what I'm saying is that there is more work to do in awareness. We need to be aware. We need to know these things so that we can always make informed decision. Informed decision. This is what I've come to say this afternoon. I'm sure that there's someone who needs to hear it. And by God's grace, that I'll be an instrument in God's hand to tell that person today, if there is a serious decision you need to make about your health, please do your research, go back to the doctor, have a discussion, and take that decision that would save your life. I beg you, take that decision that will save your life. We don't need to lose anyone to ignorance. That is why I have come to say this now. Not out of lack of what to do, but that it is so important. And if every one of us can do something to help someone else and impact someone else's life, and then we can make this world a better place. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you to please always make an informed decision. Do some underground work. Do some background work on whatever you are told in the hospital. It may not be about your breast. It can be any other part of your body. But go home and do some research about it. So when you are talking with the doctor, you can know what the doctor is saying and where he's coming from. That can help you to make an informed decision that could save your life. It is really sad and painful because she was a promising young woman. She's just about 30-something, 31, 32. She had just had one child, a daughter. Please, guys, let's do our best. And I'm sure that God, in his infinite mercy, as he has promised to keep us, he will keep us. But we've got to do our own part of it. Okay? Let's do our little part of it. Let's check our breast. Let's go for our breast screening. Let's go for our mammograms. Let's check our breasts regularly. If you find anything that is not your normal breast, go to your doctor. So the point I'm making is, like I said, we are not blaming the woman. We are not the girl herself. We are not blaming the matron because she doesn't know. Maybe she didn't know much. We are not blaming the husband. Maybe he also did not know so much. But this is the reason why I'm here, okay? So what I'm saying is, if you find something on your breast, don't go to your health center. If you are in Nigeria or in any developing country and you find anything on your breast, don't go to your health center. Don't go to your matron. Ask for the teaching hospital closest to you. And when you go there, you'll be signposted to the right place. Go to a teaching hospital. Good evening, my lovely Chidema. Go to a teaching hospital. If any problem is with your breast, or you see someone that has problem with your breast, don't allow them to go to health center or to go to a nurse or to go to one chemist down there. No. Let the person go to a teaching hospital nearest to him, to her, or him actually. Breast cancer also happens to males. So God bless you all. God bless you. God bless you. God bless us and keep us. May his face shine upon us. May he give us peace. As I brought this news to you today, as I brought this information to you, I pray that you will use it. And at the end of the day, that God's name will be glorified in our lives. And we'll live long to see our children's children, to our third and fourth generation. It is the word of God. We hold on to his promise as we do our part. God bless you till I come your way again. Bye for now.